Major national news tonight, and it is breaking news. It's happening right now as we come on the air. A large police presence in Natalia, that's about 30 miles southwest of San Antonio. And a law enforcement source is telling me tonight that it involves a fugitive wanted for multiple murders out of Joliet, Illinois. A suspect driving a red Camry. I have been told that suspect is dead tonight in Natalia. It's unclear whether it was self-inflicted or whether members of the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force exchanged in gunfire with the suspect. Now, all of these are sources that I'm hearing. We do have Patty Santos, who's on the scene right now in Natalia, outside this Valero gas station. Patty, I know that nobody's talking there yet. We hope to hear from U.S. Marshals before the evening is done. But explain what you're seeing there and just how big a crime scene we're talking about in Natalia.
Yeah, we're talking about a huge crime scene. Multiple law enforcement agencies, not only from the Medina County Sheriff's Office, but also the U.S. Marshal's Office. There's two different scenes in the same location here at the gas station. Here on the right, this is where we see some of the officers that are kind of standing around right next to the building. But I want to draw your attention back across the pumps here to the other side. That is where there is currently a vehicle, a sedan, a reddish sedan, and it is there. From our viewpoint, we were able to see multiple gunshots on the windshield, and there are multiple undercover officers surrounding that vehicle as well. But again, we have not been able to get anything confirmed yet because this is a very fluid situation right now. From just talking to some of the people that have been here in this community, they tell us all of this started kind of around 8 o'clock tonight. This is when they started seeing the large presence here. Anyone who's visited Natalia, gone through here, knows this is a very small town. So whenever you have this kind of presence, law enforcement presence, it's definitely going to draw some attention. We're going to continue to stay here and ask to see if we could get any information from the Marshal's Office. We'll send it back to you for right now.
Yeah, Patty, stay with me for a second. When you talk about the vehicle that you see over there, can you tell if it is a red Toyota Camry?
Yes, it is. If you want to point over to that direction, I know we got some video earlier of that, but it is right in the front, in the very first pump there. That is where you see that Camry. It's red, but it does have Texas license plates. We didn't see any body bags or any covering there, so we don't know if that is, a crime scene that involves a murder there. But we did see gunshots on the front windshield of that vehicle.
Okay, Patty, thank you, because the suspect out of Illinois was known to have been in a red Toyota Camry. So that at least matches up to what I am hearing from law enforcement sources tonight. Again, I want to reiterate as we take a picture from this Valero in Natalia, I am being told that the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force was tracking a fugitive out of Joliet, Illinois, a murder suspect in multiple murders, at least 7 in that community, 7 bodies found in 2 different locations in Joliet. It is believed that suspect is dead tonight. It is not known if it was self-inflicted or exactly what happened. We do not have confirmation on this, though, from the scene. I want to point this out. It's a very fluid situation as we continue to look at the live picture from Natalia. Patty Santos on the scene. If things change, of course, we'll update it throughout this newscast. Also want to mention it was right around this time last night the rain started falling, and boy, did it keep falling. Adam Caskey joins us now. Adam, we got more rain on the way, but the fog also becoming an issue.
Yes, see, very aggressive fog this evening. It's not often you see fog develop so quickly and rapidly, but already visibility is dropping to under a mile and in some instances a half mile or less. Latest reading from San Antonio International, 1/4 of a mile visibility. Of course, that fluctuates across our area, but bottom line, dense fog with a dense fog and advisory through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So poor visibility on the roadways for the morning commute. Visibility 1/4 of a mile or less very frequently through tonight and even into tomorrow morning. But on top of that, we'll also have some areas of rain developing. So the poor visibility along with sprinkles, light rain, some intermittent showers, and 2 more damp days ahead of us before the sunshine returns. We'll talk about how much more rain we could get in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. Record rainfall in San Antonio leading to a number of high water rescues for morning commuters. This is video from 4 different locations that all saw vehicles stuck in high water this morning. San Antonio firefighters actually responding to 25 high water related calls all before 8 this morning. Getting your vehicle stuck in a flooded roadway a lot more expensive than turning around and taking a different road. At daylight, we went back to see the areas that caused drivers so many problems. Patty Santos has this story.
It was a wet and slow commute for those on San Antonio roads this morning.
They have shut down the highway. There's because of some high water issues there, some ponding taking place there.
The rain causing wrecks and some drivers to get stuck in high water. Between midnight and 8 a.m., San Antonio Fire responded to 25 water rescues. No one was hurt. Problems persisted along Culebra and Old Grissom Road a few hours ago. Water still covered the roadway. This driver was stuck on high water at Highway 90 at Leon Creek. Roads were dry by 6 this evening. Commuters along I-10 and Medical Drive faced a road hazard with water covering several lanes. The water was gone by 10:45 this morning. At nearly noon, 410 at Rolling Ridge continued to slow down traffic, but was cleared by tonight's commute. After the rain stopped, multiple vehicles were still stuck at Highway 151 and Westover Hills Boulevard. Crews used a water pump to clear the roadway. With rain expected to continue into Tuesday morning, mechanics remind us engine damage from driving into flooded roads can be regretfully expensive.
At least maybe $10,000 to $15,000. The Hemi engine alone is almost $8,000 to $9,000, and that's without labor.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
By the way, something else we're keeping an eye on at this hour, power outages. According to CPS's outage map, there are 3 active outages right now. Quite a difference from this morning when there were more than 6,000 different power outages.
Let me share the bottom line. Today, we open all our schools except 2 campuses.
You heard it there. Almost all of San Antonio ISD's campuses back in business today. That's according to the district superintendent. Widespread heating issues causing SAISD to close all 98 schools last week. Since then, technicians visited every campus, set up around 1,100 portable climate control units to keep classrooms comfortable.
We're going to keep these climate control units on these campuses or where needed, in the district and made available through March.
District officials point to human error and aging infrastructure as contributing factors for last week's failures, also saying there's been deferred maintenance because of underfunding from the state. As for the 2 schools that did not open today, the district says those closures due to power outages and not because of heating issues. Now to a KSAT exclusive. The San Antonio Police Officers Association is once again calling out the Bexar County District Attorney's Office and DA Joe Gonzalez, this time for the way former officers are being treated in court. SAPOA asking for equal treatment for former police officers who are on trial. The police union referring to recent mistrials in cases involving former SAPD officers. The Office of SAPOA President Danny Diaz releasing a statement today calling out the DA, saying in part, quote, "From withholding crucial evidence to expert witness testimonies, these unlawful practices reflect a clear bias against San Antonio police officers who've been awaiting a fair trial for over a year," end quote. The office of the DA, Joe Gonzalez, responding to our request for a comment, saying, quote, "Our ultimate goal is to seek justice. It is critical that our office give opposing counsel all information they are entitled to. When, for whatever reason, that does not happen, we will disclose the error," end quote. We'll be staying on top of this developing story as it unfolds. We expect to hear directly from the police union president tomorrow at 6. A local energy company announcing it's being acquired by a major gas company. NewStar Energy and Sunoco have entered into an agreement for Sunoco to buy NewStar for $7.3 billion. It's being reported that the board of directors for both companies have approved the purchase. The report also states Sunoco will acquire NewStar in an all-equity transaction, including assumed debt. Right now, the deal expected to close sometime in the second quarter of this year. Before the deal is finalized, certain closing conditions must be met, including NewStar's unit holders giving their approval, as well as the customary regulatory questions. So what does this mean for San Antonio? That's a big question. I reached out to NewStar about the sale, what it means for NewStar's San Antonio office. Chairman and CEO Brad Barron of NewStar responded saying in part, quote, Sunoco will need the expertise of our employees to ensure the continued operation of the legacy New Star assets. And Sunoco is also a good corporate citizen and an important partner in the communities in which they operate. Regarding our headquarters building here in San Antonio, New Star has a 20-year lease on the building, and Sunoco has committed to keeping the building open for 2 more years. End quote. We'll be staying on top of this developing story as it unfolds. Is San Antonio ISD making news over the past week? They made it today over not being ready for cold weather. But now another issue of public concern. We're going to talk money. KSAT investigates the millions of dollars put into school renovations and improvements in SAISD for campuses that are now closing. The money trail, next on the Nightbeat. Closing schools. It's a building consolidation effort aimed at improving efficiency within the San Antonio Independent School District. Called right-sizing by SAISD officials, the decision to close more than a dozen schools has come with a hefty price tag. Records obtained by KSAT Investigate show the district has spent millions of dollars in bond money at campuses that will soon shutter their doors. Dylan Collier breaks down the economic impact.
In November 2020, voters overwhelmingly approved San Antonio Independent School District to authorize nearly $1.3 billion in bonds for aging infrastructure renovations, security improvements, and the replacement of school heating and cooling systems. But nearly 3 years to the day since that historic vote, the district formally made an about-face.
We have very good programs. We have very good teachers.
Concluding a series of public meetings last fall with the decision to close 15 campuses, most at the end of this school year.
When the bond was passed back in 2020, November of 2020, the district administration at the time, right-sizing wasn't an initiative for them.
Yvonne Little is the district's senior executive director of planning and construction. She acknowledges SAISD's colossal bond program is now having to pivot. KSAT Investigates found at least 57 bond projects, some of them already completed, tied to schools impacted by right-sizing. The district has sunk millions of dollars into campuses that were lined up for major renovations. The tally at Highland Park Elementary School alone has soared past $1 million.
The expenditures to date, well over $1 million. And then this is one of the schools that is slated to close at the end of this school year.
Those were spent on surveys, geotechnical surveys, structural analysis, to be able to make the design and develop the design for construction, but it was not under construction.
In fact, according to Little, renovation construction had yet to begin at any of the closing campuses. Those costs, part of the planning process. The records show significant HVAC work continues at schools that are consolidating or closing, as well as 5-figure security improvements completed at some buildings that will no longer have students.
Cameras can be moved and repurposed. Chillers can be moved and repurposed.
The total bond expenditure spent on closing campuses, around $9.1 million, a figure Little says will continue to fluctuate as the district reconciles projects and informs architects that some work will not move forward. Little added that the district does not plan to sell off any of the properties and will instead try to find tenants to rent the soon-to-be vacant buildings.
Even if it does sit vacant for a little while we work with a partner to come into it, our mothball plan wants us to keep our HVAC at least at an unoccupied temperature so that we can mitigate, any bacteria growth or anything happening in the campus.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Under the right-sizing plan, close to 36 schools will receive additional students, and staff. Impacted students will have the ability to choose the school of their choice. Let's go outside right now. We were talking about, obviously we're expecting more rain, but this kind of tells the story with the fog out there, and this kind of moved in quickly. Adam.
Not just kind of, it really moved in quickly. Yeah, quicker than most fog. And part of it...
The airport's out there somewhere, by the way, if you're wondering what we're looking at.
Yeah, usually you can see it at the airport and even that Whataburger in the foreground, but not now. And it really, really changed quickly, the visibility. And expect the low visibility through the morning commute tomorrow and even up until about the noon hour. More rain is on the way, intermittent in nature through Wednesday, and then sunny and pleasant by Thursday and even into the upcoming weekend. A weak cold front will be affecting our weekend as well. We'll get to that in a moment. First, rain chances. Notice tomorrow at 70%. By Wednesday, they're still at 60%, so elevated, scattered to widespread. And then a little blip there on Friday where we could have a few light showers isolated at 20%. Okay, I have a time lapse here of this fog rolling in, and part of it can be attributed to all the rainfall that we had and the saturated soil adding moisture to the air during the day. We go from 8:30, good visibility, to 9:30, and you can see that fog bank really roll in. You can't even see the lights along I-10. This is that I-10-410 interchange. Can't even see the lights there. Nothing on authority radar. This is all just fog at the moment with areas of drizzle developing. That's all beneath the radar beam. You go west of town, between Uvalde and Bracketville and Del Rio on Highway 90, that's where we have some moderate showers popping up. It's all far west of town. Even Uvalde just got clipped by a brief little shower. Closer to Bracketville, that's where we have most of the shower activity. A quick look at our rainfall estimates by the dual polarized Doppler radar. And you see this big swath right through the west side of San Antonio and the far north side, even up to Canyon Lake. Radar estimates on the order of 2 to 4 inches in that area, which includes the aquifer recharge zone, which is nice to see. But that swath gave San Antonio International Airport over 3.5 inches of rainfall from last night all the way through this morning. Here's the big picture. This is an energized pattern. Dip in the upper level flow out west. With it, impulses of energy embedded within that upper flow, and that's going to develop more shower activity. Now, the futurecast isn't perfect here, I'm going to be honest with you, but I think it's a decent representation of what you can generally expect going through tomorrow and even similar on into Wednesday. Notice areas of rain generally light, but embedded within those showers will be some brief pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall. A little bit of lightning and thunder possible, but we're not expecting as persistent and heavy of rain like we saw earlier today. This is intermittent, coming and going, going to stay drizzly and damp, I think, in between those showers. Additional rainfall potential on top of what we've already picked up. This is through Friday, and we're talking about another 1 to 2 inches, especially along and east of Highway 281. And the farther east you are of 281, the higher your potential, even 3 inches or more closer to Houston. Along the Rio Grande, we're talking less than an inch in that time frame. Tomorrow, 54 in the morning, 65 in the afternoon, so not as cold of a rain as what we had yesterday, and not much of a breeze out there either. We'll be into the 60s tomorrow afternoon. And notice our temperature trend, a little bit on the upswing at 70 degrees Thursday and Friday. A weak cold front hits Friday night. That's going to cause for a breezy and gusty Saturday. Cool mornings near 40, afternoons in the 60s this weekend.
Yeah, be aware of that fog in the morning when you're out and about. That's for sure. Thank you, Adam. All right, let's check out sports now. And really, we knew he was good. I didn't think he'd put up 70 points.
A 70 piece, as LeBron James tweeted, against the Spurs tonight. Joel Embiid, and he did it faster than any other NBA player ever has. He reached 70 points in 36 minutes and 38 seconds. I mean, how amazing is that? Yeah, he took the Spurs to school. And back here closer to town, John Jackson out of Seguin High School is an All-American nominee coming up. Tonight, Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs went head-to-head with Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers for the first time this season. First quarter, the Spurs come out fast. Wemby taking the ball himself, and then he stops and pops a three, and the Spurs lead 12-5. Later on, Devin Vassell feeds Wemby for an alley-oop slam dunk. I mean, that's just too easy. More Wemby. He's going to fake the shot, then drives in for a two-handed jam that not many basketball players can pull off. San Antonio led by as many as 9 points in the first half, but they trailed 62-58 at halftime behind Embiid's 34 first-half points. Third quarter, Joel Embiid delivers the knockout punch just like Rocky himself. Sixers are going to pass the ball to their big guy Embiid for a reverse layup off the glass. Timeout Spurs, who trailed by 16. Then with less than 10 seconds to go in the third, he knocks down 3 of his 25 third-quarter points. Joel Embiid finished with a franchise record 70 points, topping Wilt Chamberlain by 2. Joel went 24 of 41 from the floor and 21 for 23 from the free throw line, and he pulled down 18 boards. The Sixers win 133-123. Wemby had 33 points and 7 rebounds and was asked if tonight was a learning experience to play Embiid.
Yeah, of course. And also about the greats. When one of the great players, but also about ourselves.
And the Spurs are back home Wednesday night to host the OKC Thunder at 8:30.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Saturday, Baltimore Houston Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud didn't throw a touchdown pass for just the 4th time this season. All those games ended in a loss. Still, Houston's rise this season included an AFC South title and a first-round playoff win at home against Cleveland. During the regular season, Stroud passed for 4,100 yards with 23 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions. Today, during the season-ending presser, head coach DeMeco Ryans said the Texans know they have their guy in C.J. Stroud.
You're in this league, everybody's looking for that quarterback, right? And we know how important the position is, know how many resources go into finding the right guy to lead, and over half the league has them, half don't. So it's a special position. It takes a special person to play that position, and we're happy to have CJ leading us.
Stroud, the number 2 overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, is equally as happy that his head coach is DeMeco Ryans. They have a great bond, and Stroud is excited for the Texans' future, with Coach leading the way.
I told me just like a little while ago, man, I really appreciate him for the trust, because that's one thing, like in football, that's probably the main thing that you need is trust. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate him for trusting me, and he knows that I trust him tremendously. Any decision he makes, I know that it's at the forefront of what's best for the team. And I'm excited to build with him, man. I think it's going to be a great dynasty hopefully we build, and I'm excited for that.
Seguin Matador John Jackson loves the Golden Arches after the break. With his teammates by his side, Seguin High School basketball player John Jackson was honored for his 2024 McDonald's All-American Game nominee. Family, friends, and his team gathered at a McDonald's in Seguin to celebrate his accomplishment. 724 players were nominated, including 17 from Central and South Texas. Jackson is one of 2 local boys that get nominated, including Josiah McDonald from Southwest High School, and Jackson is loving it.
It means you're one of the best of the best. You up there with the top dogs. And I'm gonna keep getting better, keep improving. It don't stop here, honestly, but it feels good.
It's a huge honor, not just for him himself, but for our community and the high school as well. It makes us all very proud of his accomplishments.
7 area high school girls were also nominated. The top 24 girls and top 24 boys will be revealed tomorrow on ESPN's NBA Today between 2 to 3 p.m. local time and announced across ESPN's various social and digital platforms. Staying with high school basketball, congratulations to Poth senior Aiden De Hoyos, who joined the 1,000 career points club last week, and to his senior teammate Nate Guevara, who also topped 1,000 career points back in December. And thank you to Aiden's Aunt Julie for the heads up.
Love the family pictures.
Me too.
Keep them coming.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Larry. Back to our breaking news when we come back.
An update to breaking news tonight. Joliet Police, which is just outside of Chicago, Illinois, confirming now that the suspect they were wanting was found here at this Natalia gas station here at this Valero. The scene that we have here right behind this vehicle is the body. Police officials telling us Romeo Nance took his own life when he was confronted by authorities. On the other side of the Valero gas station is the vehicle that we believe he was driving. It fits the description that was given out by law enforcement. This is a developing story. We're going to continue to follow it. Stay with GMSA.